Hey everybody, it's Jenny McGarvey, and I am back with you today for a brand new plan with me in my mini happy planner. There you can see last week where I did a rainbow color scheme, and this week I have another color scheme that's pretty, I don't know, pretty noticeable, I guess. I'm going to use a bunch of the Happy Planner stickers, and as you can see there, I have laid down that blue with the white snowflakes. I think that was from the seasonal book. And I'm going to lay down that steps sticker, and I'm just going to, with my X-Acto knife, trim off the portion that says steps. That goes back to some of the ideas that we talk about often, which is making these stickers work for you. If you have some stickers that maybe you can't see yourself using, is there a way you could use them in a different way? Like, say, for example, the way that I just did there. So I am using it as a little arrow to point to the activity, and I wrote the time in right next to it. And also with that arrow, I laid it on top of the decorative element. So now as you can see here, I'm going to layer another sticker on top of the decorative sticker and then write in my activity there as well. Now, what's really fun about this particular day is that I layered all these stickers together and they're super cute, but there's not really necessarily now a whole lot of room for additional decoration, even though I did use that background sticker. So it's kind of a fun way to make it all super functional, yet remain really pretty. So as you can see here, what I mean by that is that I'm not going to add more stickers that are just flourishes or different quotes or anything like that. It's just going to be left that way. Now for Tuesday, I'm just going to use these two little check mark stickers as bullet points, and then I will write in my events right there. Now you can probably already tell that I'm going with the blue color scheme that I also used my classic planner this week. I was so excited about that color scheme that I couldn't even help myself. It was just really very awesome, and I was very excited about it. So I'm now going to pull out these Me and My Big Ideas Happy Planner roller stamps. I haven't used them for a while. To be really honest with you, I completely forgot about them. So I decided that I was going to use them and try to incorporate them in some different ways. So I'm going to use them by stamping these two arrows. And I'm using my VersaFine ink. And if you've watched my videos before, you know that I'm a huge fan of VersaFine. I believe it really gives you the best outcome for your stamps, meaning that you'll get the clearest impression, you'll pick up the details, it'll look great, and it's inexpensive, it'll last forever, and it does not bleed through the Happy Planner paper. Now I'm just using my Papermate Flair to write the activities that I needed to notice, and writing late start doesn't seem like an activity, but for me it is because it means that I drive all these kids to school. So I did a little bit of script there and made it look a little teeny tiny, like I could have maybe used a brush pen by just using my Flair and adding some thicker lines on the downstrokes. Now that was also a fun way to change things up a little bit by using the blue pen, because as you know, I normally just use my black Flair pen. It's really my go-to. It's really the standard for me. But I figured, you know what, let's change it up with the blue, especially since this week is the blue color scheme. Now right here is another example of how I like to modify the stickers to work for me. I covered that what's for dinner with just that simple thin label sticker, and then layered on top of it that game day sticker as well, and then wrote all of the basketball game information right in there. So I'm definitely really excited about the way that that turned out. It's definitely giving me a lot of ideas for the future and how I could modify even more stickers to work for my own particular needs. Now I'm going to move on to the second half of the week, and one of the things that you might have noticed is that today I did not stamp the dates already. I usually use a roller date stamp to add the date, since this is an undated version. How many times can I say the word date? But I decided today that I was going to do it last, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to let the design lead the way. So if I felt like adding the dates in the actual box, like I sometimes do, then I could do that, or I could add it along the edge. I didn't want to be limited by where I had already stamped, so I decided to let the stamping be last. So as you can see, for Friday, I added the decorative full box sticker on its side across the middle. And then I'm layering that what's for dinner sticker in the center on the bottom. And obviously I'm going to cover it up because I don't normally do my meal planning in my mini happy planner if you've watched before. So I left the what's for dinner, however, because this was about my dinner plans. So I wanted to show how, okay, ordinarily I would use this sticker for meal planning, but instead this week I decided, okay, well, this is for dinner, this is what I'm doing. So how about I leave that instead of covering it up, which I led you to believe I was going to do, and just notate a dinner out instead. Now again, for Saturday, I am using that today circle sticker to notate the event in my planner. And what's really fun about those is that they're super cute and they really draw your eye to it, but they don't take up a whole lot of space and they're not particularly, you wouldn't necessarily think to use them as a bullet point sticker, but it can be fun to do that. And again, adding on Sunday a bullet point sticker just for the activity there. Now, I wanted to keep it a little bit more simple because I thought that it would be fun to add a little bit more decor to the weekend. And sometimes if I'm adding a lot of layering or adding a whole bunch of different types of stickers, I don't feel like I can decorate the weekend a whole lot because I feel like some of those other elements have done that. And I like to keep it balanced, and I like to have it all blend together well. And if I do too much, it's too much, quite frankly. And so keeping it very simple with the activities and events allows me to add a little bit more decoration. Now, this sticker, I just used my X-Acto knife to trim it into just 3 sections instead of the original format. And again, it's just yet another way that you can make a sticker work for you by trimming off what you don't need. You can either save it for later or you could throw it away. I always save it for later because I usually find something else I can use it for in the future. Then I also am going to add just the little circle decorative sticker just because, you know what, it all looks really cute together like that, and I figure it is a good way to mix function and looking really good. Now I'm just going to add decoration. You know me, I like to add 3 or 4 little things to dress it up and make it a little bit more fun. But I'm not going to go crazy or overboard like I ever do. Now I did add the Saturday sticker, but one of the things that I really like to do the most is to lay out both sides of the week together, because that way I can see, okay, how will my week be the most balanced when I'm looking at it as an overview versus only looking at it as halves of the week instead. So adding that little circle into the corner of that layered section for Monday really turns out super cute. I'm really happy with that. And I think one of the other things that it does is it allows me to add a lot of white space for Tuesday. Now, a simple triangle on Wednesday gives a little bit more linear look to the other circles that I've already included. And I also like tying the gold in from both sides of the page as well. Now these full box stickers are beautiful and I always love them, but sometimes they can be a little bit hard to incorporate if you don't have the perfect space for them. So for right here, for example, I didn't have the perfect space for the entire sticker, but I wanted to use it. So I just trimmed off the part that wasn't going to work for me and added it to my sticker book as well. So now what I have is this really cute quote that's definitely very decorative, but I don't have more than I needed right there. And as a benefit, then I also have that for the future. I can use just that little bit to layer or whatever on a future week. Now I've selected a couple of different blue washi tapes from the Happy Planner, and I'm going to add those right here. I chose ones that were maybe a little bit different tones of blue than I would already have chosen for this week, just so that we can blend all of the blues together. So I have 3, 4 different shades of blue here, and they all work together because I've chosen so many different ones. I hope that makes sense. Instead of trying to match them all perfectly, I'm really just trying to bring them all together. So that's it. That's the end of my week. All I'm going to do now is use my roller date stamp and add the stamping on the sides. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the box below, and I will do my very best to get back to you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.